Come on, I think some of you should open your camera so that I feel interactive in the session and you feel focused in the session. Yes. Come on, in the meanwhile, can you please tell me which city are you logging in from today? Which city are you logging in from today? Great. Yes, so we are going to start in just about 5 minutes. Let other people also join. So how many of you have built the project that I've given you yesterday, like the resume roster? If you have, send me the links in the chat. Let's see them in the 5 minutes. Nice. No content collection links, guys. Yes, if it is not reading, I created it successfully, but it is not just loading. Okay. You have to debug that. Let's see. Sunil has created something. So let's see if it is working. Let me put my resume. I have everyone's resume except mine. I have the old resume. Let me see. Some error. If I would be there, what I would do is I would just copy this and paste it again to Google AI Studio in order to correct this. Right? These things are bound to happen. These happen. Yes. So people who are joining just today, understand you should be able to understand everything. You don't have to feel out of place. Today we are going to cover different topics. Just that the topics that we have discussed tomorrow, yeah, yesterday, they were also very important. So whenever you get time, go through the recordings from our YouTube channel. But don't think that you are missing out something if you have not joined yesterday's session in today's session. Right. So today's session is separate from the yesterday's session. Let's see what Mamta has done. Page not found. I think this is not published, Mamta. Let's see what Varun has done. Cool. So while it is doing the magic, let me just go ahead and welcome you everyone to the second day of the AI Builder Sprint. So everyone, please tell me in the chat, this is your first day of the AI Sprint or this is your second day of the AI Sprint? Somebody saying that it's the third day. Amazing. Yes. Ansh, I think your keyboard is not working correctly. You have pressed a lot of buttons together. Yes. Cool. Cool, wonderful. So everyone, please now focus on the session. We are starting the session. You cannot afford to lose the focus now, because if you lose the focus, you are going to miss out on some very important things. Okay. So just go ahead and yes, I'll stop the chat for now so that you guys are not distracting each other. If I'm not audible or visible in any case, you can always reach out to me directly. Right. So guys, this is what we have started yesterday. Yesterday we have talked about, so first of all, understand that day one and day two are disconnected from each other. Right. Although day one was very important, without it, you cannot have the right perspective. But I have made it separate because I understand that some people are going to wake up and they are only going to come today. Right. So in the first day, what we have talked about is I have told you the full AI landscape. What are the valuations of the companies, why they are rising, why they could be a reason of hype, but how AI is also a genuine piece of technology. And then I have also shown you the evolution of the AI as a technology, right? How it is helpful for us. And I have given you a bunch of use cases to understand. Second is we talked about learning Gen AI. So I talked about what large language models are, what attention is, what tokens are, what vectors are, how these are created, and how hallucination can be controlled. And the third part that we have discussed yesterday was we have gone ahead and create two apps together. I have shown you one app that I have created, which is the how can you understand how much meetings are wasting your time and money. And second, you guys have created a resume roster, which you can see in the chat, multiple people have created. Right. So this is what we have done today. Yesterday was more around a direction that yes, this thing that we are learning is actually helpful, and you can also go ahead and build a lot of things by yourself. Understand? I did not give you a tutorial of AI Studio. That's stupidly simple, right? But still, you guys were able to do it. Understand, in AI, you have to understand one thing, which is the art of figuring out. The art of figuring out. AI as a technology, it's new for everyone, but you should know how to go ahead and figure it out, right? And in today's session also, I'll not go ahead and tell you that in this tool you should do that and this is how you click the button, because that is knowledge that any YouTuber or any influencer can give you. I am here to give you a mindset so that 5 years down the line, if that tool is not working or if there is some other tool, you should be able to learn that. That is how we are going to approach these sessions. Right. Now, today's session is more focused towards building. Right. So today we are going to talk less about the whole idea of building. We are going to talk more about, let's say, how do you go ahead and actually build? What is your mindset should be, right? So we will talk about the AI builder levels. Then I'm going to introduce you to Power Framework, and then we'll see if we are able to go ahead and quickly create a post creator agent, which is the build for today, right? So this is the AI leverage ladder. This is a very important slide. If you guys cannot wait, then go ahead and take a screenshot of this. This is very important, right? What happens is, when people are starting to learn about how to use various kind of, like how to do anything with AI, they generally start with the wrong set of tools, right? They use GPT for something for which AI Studio should have been used. They use AI Studio for something where maybe Lovable should be used or something else should be used, right? So I'm going to give you different levels, as in how every tool is not the same and how you should approach towards using and building certain kind of tools. So these are the 5 levels. The level number 0 is, you are someone who thinks that AI is a hype, or you are not able to start because you are suffering from something called as analysis paralysis. What is analysis paralysis? Analysis paralysis is that you only think about what to do. You think about what is the perfect tool, because of which you are not able to take any action, and then you get overwhelmed. So you are not able to take action either because you don't believe in AI, or you are not able to take the first step because of the overwhelmingness amount of information that is available to you, right? The second level is people who are doing their daily work with ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini kind of examples, right? Here, what people are doing, let's say you are a product manager. So as a product manager, you can use AI in multiple ways. You can go ahead and ask AI that this is my idea. You go ahead and do research on this particular idea, right? So it is going to do the research. Second, you can ask AI in order to create interview questions for you so that you can ask to your customers. Third is you can use AI in order to write email to your boss or to your clients or to your colleagues, right? These are the use cases that are level 1 use cases. And here you use ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini on web. I'm sure that every one of us at least belong to level number 1, right? The second level is someone who is a bit more sophisticated. They understand that rather than writing the same prompts again and again, because understand right now, let's say you are writing one email, which is very important to you. So you are going to spend some time in order to write the good prompt. But let's say if you want to write the similar kind of email, but at that point of time you are busy, you are going to be lazy in your prompts. You are going to write something shorter and then you are going to get the similar kind of answer. So people have understood that if I've already created like some good prompts, why do I need to go ahead and repeat them again and again? So can I build something where I do not need to update my prompts, or I do not need to go ahead and repeat my prompts, and I can use the same prompts for everything? For example, there are some very standard things in product management. For example, everyone creates a product requirement document. Before you build any product, you have to create a product requirement document which contains all these specs, why the product is created, what is the user research that we have done, right? Similarly, whenever you go ahead and assign your work to the engineer, you write something called as a user story, right? And if there is someone who knows nothing about product management, let me give you a more simple example, right? Now, if you are applying for a job, and if you are using same resume for all the job descriptions out there, you are actually leaving opportunities on table. So what you should do is, you should take the job description, and then you should take your resume, and then you should combine them and give it to ChatGPT that can you suggest me line by line iteration, changes of what should I do in order to be more eligible for this job without faking anything in my resume, right? That will make sure that you guys are able to go ahead and apply for jobs in a more efficient, more impactful way, right? Now there are 2 ways to do this. The first way is 0 ways. Obviously you cannot go ahead and do this. Second is you can go ahead and maybe repeat the same prompt with all the job description one by one. Or you can just go ahead and create a small tool for yourself where the prompt is the same. You just have to enter the what do we call this? Your resume and your new job description every time, right? So this level 2, here we create small tools or small utilities where we use repeated instructions. And examples are Google Gems, Claude Skills, and custom GPTs. Right. First of all, before I can tell you the tool, everyone please tell me in the chat if you are able to understand the use case of resume and JD matcher. Yes. Very good. 1 plus DN 2101. Yes. Now, let's move forward, right? So, how do we create these gems, skills, and custom GPTs? How do we create these? Let's move forward. When we have a repeat usage of something, that every time we have to go ahead and do this, right? For example, one use case for a product manager is that they frequently write the PRDs, right? Even more frequent use case than a PRD is experiments. Whenever you as a product manager write experiment, you have to write your hypothesis. You have to write what is the version A, what is the version B. Then you are going to write the metrics, and then you are going to write the success criteria. Right? These are the things that we write when we go ahead and do any experiment as a product manager. Right? So you have to do this documentation again and again. You can just create a prompt for this, and every time you can go ahead and run this without repeating yourself. Right? A third example that I was trying to show you was that you have your resume. Now you are applying to jobs. So what you do is you take the resume and you take the job description one, and you try to understand that what are the edits that you can make in the resume to make a better resume which aligns with the job description. Similarly, you can do it with the second job, you can do it with the third job. So understand, you have to repeat the instructions. You have to repeat the instructions again and again. So for these repeatable use cases, you can go ahead and create micro utilities. These micro utilities, if you are using the Google ecosystem, they are called as gems. If you are using the ChatGPT or OpenAI ecosystem, these are called as custom GPTs. And if you are using the Claude ecosystem, these are called as skills. Skills eventually can be used anywhere these days. Right? So tell me, guys, how many of you have heard about Google Gems before today? How many of you have created your own Google Gem before today? Tell me in the chat. Yes or no? Yes. Very good. So Google Gems and custom GPTs are mostly same. Skills are a bit different. They are more powerful. I'm going to tell you all of that, but let's start from the bottom. Okay. So what you can do is, let's say I will search for create a gem. Right. Now, first link, I'll click on new gem. And then these are the instructions. So this will open, and then these are the instructions. What are the instructions? What is the name of the gem? The name of the gem is resume JD matchmaking. Right? This gem suggests edit in my resume as per the job description. Right? Now, here are the instructions that you need to write. Okay. Can anyone suggest me what instructions can I write here? Give me simple idea. What are the instructions that I'm going to write here? Guys, we have to do this together. This is a practical exercise. I am not someone who just want to do this one way. Yes. So now there are two ways. Now look at this carefully. There are two ways. Either I can write something which is you are a, I can write you are a top grade resume optimization or resume writing expert. The user will give you a resume. The user will give you a resume. You have to understand it, resume and a job description. You have to understand it and line by line suggest what should the user do, what changes should the user do to make any changes to get the job, right? Or get shortlisted, right? Make sure you take care of ATS, skills, anything important for the right. A quick yes or no, everyone, if you're able to understand this. Right? This is method number one, guys. But understand, if in 2026 you are doing this, you are just underestimating the models. Right? Understand? I am writing something, and you people have also given me a lot of suggestions in the chat. Right? So the best way is that me and AI collaborate so that the gaps are being fulfilled. For example, I will go to ChatGPT and I will ask, help me create instructions for a resume JD matcher Google Gem. Here is what I have written at a high level. Right. First of all, when you are happy with what you are written, then you should push the gear on the agent. Right. Yes. Everyone tell me if you are able to understand the suggestions. So let me tell you a story. So very recently, I was taking this training at this company called as InMobi, right? Big company, they have been launching their product in the US. The product was very simple that when you go ahead and switch on your TV, when your TV is idle, they are going to show screensavers on your TV, right? And they are going to show some ads over there. So the images on that screensaver were generated by AI. So they took my help in order to help their team write the evaluations for the same. So I was conducting a workshop for them in Bangalore, about 30-35 people in the room. And then after the session was conducted, let's say about 40-45 minutes, I got a question from one of the ladies who was like a product manager there, that if AI is so strong, then I can go ahead and record this content that you have given us, the session that you have given us, and I can give it to AI, maybe Claude, and then it will go ahead and automatically create the evaluations for me. So what is my use as a product manager? Right? You guys are able to understand the context, right? So if I know, if I can explain how to do evaluations to a human, I can also explain this to a computer if they can record it. And then if they can put these instructions or this transcript to a Claude, why can't it run the evaluations or do the evaluations by itself? Why do you need a human? Right? So what we did was, rather than telling her that no, AI can do everything, or telling her that no, you can do everything, rather than giving her a delusion or a false promise, what I did was, we did an exercise. We asked them that you go ahead and create the evaluation from your own understanding, whatever you have understood in these 45 minutes. And then I told the AI that now, whatever, like, because that video was already recorded, I had a bigger video, I have given that, and I have asked it that, yes, you go ahead and write the evaluations for this product. So the human gave the answer, which is A, and the AI given answer, which is B. Which one do you think would be the correct answer? Answer A or answer B? A is human, B is AI. Very good. So if A is human and B is AI, then the answer is A plus B. Right? So human beings do not have to think that AI is going to replace them or it is going to go ahead and do better work with them. Understand how you can better collaborate with AI. Right? A union B is the answer. Similarly here, I did not just jump to this and ask that give me a master prompt or something, because understand, the problem with AI is, always understand, if I give a simple prompt, it is going to give me the answer. Right? But in AI, the issue is good is the enemy of best. Which is, if it is giving you surface level knowledge, you will be too happy with the output and format that you will not even question that. So the good part is, whatever you are thinking, go ahead and put it across, then get it from AI and then combine them together. That is how the good outputs are created. Right? So now we have this. We will copy this. We will go to Gem, and then I will paste it here. So what we have done is, everyone, we are trying to create a product, a Google Gem, where I can put my job description, I can put my resume, and then it is going to tell me what are the things that I can go ahead and improve. Right? Similarly, how have I built it? I search for create gem Google. Then I got this link. I clicked on this, and then I got here. Here I have written the name of the gem. I have written some of the description so that people can understand. And then this is the requirement that I have got from ChatGPT. Right? I think I should add one more thing, which is add the instruction to add a score out of 100, how likely the candidate is to get a job. Yes. For the modified resume, you can create that and then you can add it, right? Copy this, go to Gemini, remove everything, do this. And then let's say right now I am adding a tool where we do not need internet search. But if you are doing something else, if you are generating an image or creating a video or doing something else, even something, you could have added these tools, right? And understand, guys, this is very important. This is knowledge. If you are, let's say, rather than an resume grader, if this was a PRD generator, then what I would have done is I would have added a couple of PRDs from my company so that we are able to understand it is following the same kind of requirement, right? Now we are done. Start chatting. Let me give the resume. Yes, everyone, a quick yes or no if you are able to understand this. Yes, I think this is a very important note that Sid has written. I'll paste it again in the chat. I'm sure many people might be interested in this. Thank you, Sid. Yes. Open. Let me look at a job description. Product associate product manager at okay. Let me tell you a trick, everyone, today. Okay. So in the chat, tell me how many of you are looking for entry level product management roles? Yes, lot of you. But the problem is that when you go ahead and go to the job profiles, you are not able to find a lot of companies who are hiring for this, right? Right. A lot of companies actually do not hire for the beginner level roles, at least at the beginning. So let me give you a simple trick to find companies which actually hire associate product managers. Okay. And understand, guys, most of these jobs are never opened in the market because they are going to get so many candidates for beginners that it will be overwhelming for their candidates. So what you can do is just go to LinkedIn and search for associate product manager. Okay. But after this, you guys go ahead and click on the jobs, right? You do not have to click on jobs. You have to click on people, right? You have to click on the people function. Now understand. Now understand you have a list of people, like thousands of people who are working as associate product managers at multiple companies. So now tell me, what are you going to do with this data? Now tell me, what are you going to do with this data? Tell me in the chat how this data is helpful for you. No, you do not have to just reach out, guys. No, you do not have to reach out. You'll spam people. What you have to do is you have understood that this company actually needs this company is open for entry level product managers, right? This company is open for entry level product managers. You have to go ahead and do the research on the company, understand if you were the product manager, how you can contribute the value, build something, send it to the senior people in the company, right? If you keep on DMing people, nothing will happen, right? So I am just giving you the way to find the companies who will be able to take you, who are open to take you as an associate product manager in a beginner level role. right? Now let's go forward. We were doing something. So I will just go ahead and copy the job. Where is the job? Company introduction about the role. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and copy this. And then I will just go to my Google Gem. And then I will do this. This is the job description. Now I have got something, right? So we have created our first gem, right? Everyone tell me yes in the chat if you will be able to create your gem now. Yes. And understand, although the tool is very simple, the utilities are unlimited. The utilities are unlimited, right? There are so many things that you can use the gem for. Right. Similarly, if you want to create custom GPT, just go to ChatGPT. No, MD format does not matter here. Understand, MD is just written text format. That's it. Right. So if you want to go ahead and create custom GPTs rather than a Gemini, because generally you would also know that GPT is a better model than Gemini right now. You can just click on GPTs, like you can go to chatgpt.com, then you can click on more, then you can click on GPTs, right? And then you can go ahead and create one from here. And how to create it? Just start asking the questions, right? It will go ahead and help you out. So if you can have the conversation with the same, and it will go ahead and help you create a GPT. Help me create a custom GPT so that I can edit my resume as per a job description. Right? Custom GPT, I'm not sure if it is paid or not, but Gemini is definitely free. This is where I should paste it. This is actually the GPT, right? So, guys, this is level number. This is level number. This is level number 2, right? But there is an issue with level number 2. There is an issue with level number 2. Gems is free, guys, right? The issue is that if you create gems or GPT, you have to again and again go to that gem or GPT in order to get your work done. Right? For example, if you're writing an email, you will go to the email GPT. If you will go to, let's say, if you want to write, let's say, a resume, you have to go to the resume GPT or resume Gemini. Right? So the issue is switching. You have to understand which gem should I use when, and if you are doing 10 things, then you have to keep on switching. Right? And the another issue is if you put all of these instructions in one go. For example, if you give Gemini all of these instructions in one go, then what will happen? Yes. So now for that, Claude has came up with some amazing, Anthropic has came up with some amazing use case. Right? Now look at this carefully. So the problem with gems or custom GPT, there are two problems. The first problem is switching from one chat to another, or switching from chat to gems to GPT or custom GPT, right? You have to keep on switching, right? But on the second hand, if you give all of this context to Gemini or ChatGPT all at once, the context overflow will happen. Or even if the context overflow does not happen, right now, these days, most of the models have 1 million context. But it does not mean you are going to dump everything, because if you dump everything, it is going to increase the cost, right? So what is the solution that Claude has given? Claude has given the word skills. So how skills work is, right? Let's say you can have skills. So skills are nothing. They are also a set of instructions. They are also like your reusable prompts. That's it, right? So as I have created a gem, like instructions for gem from GPT, I can also create the skill with GPT or with Claude. I just have to say that this is how I do my job. Can you go ahead and put it into the instructions way? Right? For example, at HelloPM, what I have done is I have taken all of my transcripts, right? Let me tell you the problem first. So at HelloPM, one problem that we were facing was that people come from different kind of backgrounds and they need examples that they can understand. So we have people who join HelloPM from maybe 25 countries and maybe across so many domains. We need to make sure that when we are teaching them something, we are giving them an example that they are able to relate. Right? For example, if someone is coming from US, they do not need to know about Zomato or Swiggy. We are going to talk about DoorDash. If someone is from London, we are going to talk about Uber Eats, not Zomato or Swiggy. Right? If someone is coming from China, we should talk about WeChat. If someone is coming from maybe Singapore or Indonesia, we should talk about Grab. Right? So the examples should be different, the context should be different. Right? So now what we have done is, because I need all the examples in my voice, in my level of explaining them simply, what I do is I have taken a lot of sessions that I have already done, transcripts of the sessions. I conduct almost 4 or 5 sessions every week. So I've taken all of these sessions. After that, I have used these in order to create a skill called as Ankit-voice.skill.md. I asked Claude that take all of these details, identify a pattern, and create a skill file so that whenever I give you any case study, you should rewrite it in my own voice. Right? So that is a use case for a skill. And skills are also instructions. It will identify everything from the patterns of how I speak, and it is going to create the skill. Right? But what is the magic in the skill? The magic in the skill is very simple. Understand, guys? This is what a skill is. So a skill is just a text file. Right? Look at this. Let's say yes. Look at this. A skill is just a file. Let's say we have a skill which is, let's say, email.md. MD means markdown format. This is a formatted way to represent text. Right? It is a very lightweighted formatted way to represent text. Understand it as just English written in a beautiful way. That's it, in a structured way. Right? So now we have email.md. Now in email.md, I have three, what do we call that? Fields. Okay. The first is, what is the name of the skill? Second is, what is the description of the skill? And third is, what are the instructions or the body of the skill? Right? So understand, title can be how much? Maybe 20 to 50 words, or maybe less than that. Description can be how much? Maybe 20 to 100 words, right? But the instruction or the body can be as much as you want, which is maybe 400 words to 4,000 words or whatever you want to. So whatever is written in that, the prompt that I have pasted from ChatGPT is going to be here. But here they are going to mention what is the name of the script, what is the name of the skill, and when should skill be used, right? So it will write that use this skill whenever author wants to write a case study. So now look at the magic. What is happening is you can have so many skills. You can have one skill for writing email, one skill for your PDF resume, one skill for matching the resume, one skill for rating your resume, one skill for writing the job description, one skill for PRD, one skill for everything. You can have so many skills. But Claude at a time will only read the description and the name. And if it thinks that for the task that user has given, I should use this skill, then only it will fetch the whole content. And only for that skill that is required. This is called as progressive disclosure. Progressive disclosure. Right? So how the skills work? How the skills work? You go ahead and just write the name, description, and instruction body. Claude only understands two things at a time. It only fetches two things in the context window so that the context window is not filled. And the instructions are only loaded if it thinks that this skill is required, right? Right? So these are Claude skills. Right? Now, before I can ask you for your understanding, if you want to explore about skills, there is a wonderful website called as skills.sh, created by the company called as Reusable, which we are going to discuss tomorrow. So they have created a lot of skills. For example, when you go ahead and create websites with Claude or GPT, they look very AI generated, right? But if you want to create something which is very unique, you can use this skill, which is the front-end skill, right? So if you want to see how that skill looks like, let me show you. Where is the GitHub? Yes. Yes. So this is the skill, guys. Let me show you. I'll show you how to use it in Claude. Just a moment. Look at this now. So this is the skill. This is the name of the skill, front-end design. And this is the description. Guidance for distinct intentional visual design while building new UI or reshaping existing one helps with aesthetic direction, typography, this, which means when a user mentions that I want to go ahead and create a design, automatically this skill is going to come. You do not have to switch anything. You do not have to go to Gem. You do not have to go to custom GPT. If this skill is in your system, Claude system, it is going to automatically be installed. And if it understands if you need to use this skill for the task, then only it is going to use all of these instructions. So this is a skill for you, right? If you want to use skills in your Claude, what you can do is you can just go to Claude. Just give me a moment. Let me show you where it is. Wait, I need to sign into my Claude. Cool. Everyone, please tell me in the chat a quick yes or no if you are able to see my Claude on the screen. Right. So these are skills. Let me tell you. So what you can do is you can just, so this is Claude. So this is whole Claude screen. Okay. Claude code. I can just click on new, right? And then if you click on customize, you should be able to see a lot of things. These are the skills, right? I can browse for more skills, right? These are the skills. These are instructions that experts have written. Or what I can do is I can also add a skill. There are three methods to add a skill. One is I can upload a skill. I can go to GitHub. I can go to skill.sh, copy a script from there, and then I can paste it here first. Second is I can write the skills. So initially I was writing the gem for improving the resume. So I can do it here, my own instructions, but that is 2025, right? Or I can use Claude in order to create a skill. Let's create a skill together. From your skill, get a skill. First ask me what the skill should do. And then it will ask you a question, and then you should be able to do this. Right? Let us try to write this. Okay, so let me get ideas from you guys. Guys, for what purpose do you want me to create a skill right now in front of you? Give me a use case. Come on. Yes. Let's do it for. Okay, let's do it for a product requirement document. Should we press the main button, guys? Fable. Guys, all the links I'll give to you in the resources. What's different with Fable? Guys, nothing is same with Fable. Yes, I have loaded a skill creator. Now I want this. Few things that will help me. When should it kick in? So what should I type in the chat so that it's kick in, right? One, write a PRD. Second, what does a good output looks like? What I can do is, so I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but if you go to YouTube or if you search for, maybe if you go to YouTube and if you search for product requirement document, and if you click on enter, you should be able to see a video from me. So let us use this.
Open Claude doesn't just run AI.
No transcript or what? Yes. I can copy this transcript. I could have also given the video, but sometimes Claude is not able to fetch the transcript of the video. So I'll just give it the video. Follow the instructions in the attached transcript. Third is decide yourself. In the ideal world, I would have given some examples, right? Yes, it will see what attacked and attached is. Yes. So it is creating that, right? Now, guys, let's say you do not have to rely on Claude to decide when to use a script. So you can also go ahead and click these commands, slash command, and it will go ahead and tell you which skill to use, right? What are the skills that you can use, right? So it will go ahead and create the skill. While it is doing, let's move forward. Right. So we have discussed level 1, level 2. We have discussed level 1, level 2. In level 2, you go ahead and do repeated set of work at much more efficiency. Okay. But understand, guys, the problem is you guys don't even know for what you can use Claude, or you can use gems or skills or custom GPTs. Yes or no? Tell me in the chat if you think you are not aware about the possibilities of what these models can do for you. Yes. Correct. So what is the correct way to do this? Understand, guys, this is evolving. I'm going to give you a framework today so that you are able to understand this. Right now, understand tools are not the ceiling. The ceiling is your imagination. The ceiling is your imagination. I'm going to give you some tips today so that you are able to do that. Right. So what we have done today is we have created gems. I have told you what the skills are, and then we also talked about custom GPTs. Right. Now, guys, you need to tell me. This is a quick quiz. Tell me what are the skills, what are the problems that skills solve that gems and custom GPTs cannot solve? Tell me in the chat. Yes. Very good. And now, let me tell you the third level. Let me tell you the third level. The third level is building prototypes. For example, you are building something for your customers. You do not have to go to Claude or this every time. So what you are looking to do is you are creating a custom product. And for that, vibe coding can help you, and vibe coding can help. Lovable, AI Studio, and Replit are some of the platforms where you can go ahead and create your apps. So how many of you have already built any of the product with vibe coding? Tell me yes or no in the chat. Yes. So first of all, guys, understand that almost all the vibe coding products, they work in the similar way, right? They work in the similar way. The method is so all of the vibe coding platforms are agentic in nature. Can anyone tell me what is agentic in nature? Yesterday we have talked about this. Yes, that can take action. So all of these platforms are agentic in nature, which means that you have instructions, or I would say an idea. That idea is converted into a product. Let's say product is a website, right? Can you guys tell me what exactly is a website? What is a website comprising of? For example, a human being is a collection of muscles, bones, blood, and some electric signals running across the veins and neurons so that you are able to sense things around you and you are able to decide. So what is any digital product? Yes. So any digital product is three things. It has a front end that you can see and touch. It has a backend where the logic runs, which resides on the server. And it also has a database. This is called as a three-tier architecture. For example, when you use LinkedIn, when you go ahead and sign up on LinkedIn for the first time, it shows you a form. On that form, you go ahead and fill up your details, and then you click the button register. The form that you are able to see where you are putting the input output out there, that is called as the front end. Right? Now, this data is collected. It will go to the backend. In the backend, it will run some process that, boss, this email ID is already registered or it is not registered. Right? Is this person, let's say, is this IP blacklisted or correct? If everything is correct, the backend is going to talk to the database. And in the database, there might be some place where users are stored. Right? So it will go ahead and put your information. And when your information is put, it is going to send you from the backend a confirmation email. Right? So this is the front end, backend, and database. Very simple. But understand, if you go even deeper, for example, the human body, it's not actually bones or muscles or anything. It is actually what? It is cells. So the atomic unit of any digital product is what? It is code. Right? So in order to create a website at production, you need two things. You need two things. What you need is, you need code, which is a set of instructions, and you need a machine or a server where you can put this code and run this code, which is the environment. Right? So these agentic platforms, these vibe coding agentic platforms called as Emergent or Replit or Lovable or Google AI Studio, what they just do is, they take the instructions from you, they take the idea from you, they have a system prompt. Yesterday, I have told you what a system prompt is. Right? And then with this system prompt, they convert your instructions into code collected across files. Then they store the file on their own server, on their own environment. And then they return you a URL so that you can go ahead and use that. Right? So the process is older only. Just that rather than a human writing a code, the AI writes a code and it is hosted automatically. Right? And now sometimes what happens is, they deploy the website, but the website is not working. Because they are agentic, they are going to understand again. They are going to again try to write the piece of code until and unless it is working. Right? So this is the small loop of any kind of vibe coding agent or vibe coding environment. Right? So every product works in this particular way. Right? So you have a goal, then you take action, then you observe, and then you decide. Decide on the basis of, if the goal is achieved, that's good. Otherwise, you are going to again take the action. Right? This is also called as loop engineering, which you might have seen very recently. Right? A quick yes on everyone if you're able to understand this. How every agentic AI coding platform works in the world. This is the high level architecture. So if you really want to be relevant in the AI age, rather than picking up every new concept, try to understand the fundamentals. And not fundamentals of machine learning. I do not want to contradict what I told yesterday, but concept of mental models. Yes. Right? So yesterday I have shown you Google AI Studio, right? So I'll take just 2 more minutes to give you another overview. Some 1-2 features I have missed yesterday so that we can close that loop. Yes, I think our close is ready. Yes. This will actually work. I don't think we have to look at it. Now I'll go to Google AI Studio. Guys, like Google AI Studio works, every other AI tool also works in the same way. Right? My suggestion for you would be, before settling onto one, try multiple tools. And also the good part is all of these tools are rapidly changing. So if you go to Lovable change log or any products change log, you should be able to see what are the things that they have done in the last couple of days only. They have done this. So many updates. So they are also catching up with each other. So don't worry about if I learn something, I'm stuck there. No, every tool is almost going to become the same in future. Right? So this is the interface. This I think I've explained to you yesterday. The good part is that whenever you want to give instruction to an AI model, my personal recommendation is, rather than writing them, try to speak them out. Right? You do not need to take a paid tool like Reusable or something. Every tool would have this. Just click on this and try to speak it out. Or even better, go to your, whenever you are walking, go to your Android phone or your iPhone, click on the notes option and then start recording yourself. And then once you are back, you can give these instructions, copy these instructions to your AI model. Right? Better your prompts are, better the output is going to. Right? So I can go here, I can speak an idea, and then it is going to build it. Second is, this is important, guys, right? I can import a code from GitHub. I can import some files from Drive. I can upload the files. I can also go ahead and show it the camera, as in some wireframe or something from the camera, right? Generally, what people do is, let's say, if I ask it to create something, it is going to pick a generic design. So what you guys can do is, you can go to this website called as Dribble. And let's say if you want to create a good landing page, so you can just search for, or maybe a landing page. Okay, click on landing page, or you can also search for landing page there. You will see amazing designs. You will see amazing designs. Right? You can just take this, copy it from here, and then go away. Right? The second option is, like, I'm not telling you to just go ahead and copy someone else's hard work. Go ahead and make right kind of recommendation. This is for inspiration. Right? The second part is, there is also another website called as Recent Design. You can also go here, and then you can go ahead and understand a lot of things. Right? So very recently, I have created a page for HelloPM using the same approach. So I was facing a problem, right? At HelloPM, we do a lot of offline community events. Next week and next to next week, we are doing events in about 10, 11 countries. So 10, 11 cities, sorry. So we are going to give you guys also the chance to join. So for that, I wanted to create a community page. The issue was, there were so many images from so many places, and I did not have time to go ahead and put all the images at one place. So what I did was, I just took 7, 8 images. I write them where these images were taken, and I ask Claude to create a landing page for me. And this is what is created. I was procrastinating on this task for a very long period of time. This is what it was able to create in one shot. I just gave the images. For every image, I just renamed. So I picked about 10, 15 images. I renamed the image with the location where it was taken. And then Claude understood the image. It tagged the image correctly and put it in the page. And this page was entirely designed by Claude from the information that we have given. Right? So look at this. I did not tell Claude that this image, like any description of the image, it was able to understand the image by itself, and it has created this, leveraging AI in life and work. Right? Product management meets AI. It was able to fetch it from here automatically. I have not given these tags. Curtain up. It was able to understand that I am, look at this image. It was able to understand that I am getting up on the stage, and that is why it is curtain up. Right? So you are only limited by your imagination about what you can do with these kind of tools. And this was done by Fable 5. Right? All of these are very well put. right? So giving inspiration is very important. In Google AI Studio, you can give inspiration through these things, right? Now, once we build that, now once we create that, what we do is we go to our app. I want to show you one more feature before I can give you the break. It was done from Claude CLI, but you can do it from Claude, normal Claude code as well. The interface that they have given. Yes. Everyone, a quick yes or no if you're able to understand the session so far. If you're able to find it interesting. Right. So one more feature that I want to tell you, which is that at some points, what you can do is, let's say there is something that is not working correctly. Okay. For example, here I have written INR and USD. I also want to add pound. So what I can do is, rather than writing it down here, I can just go ahead and click on this. And here I can go ahead and mention this, right? So now it is selected. It will make the change only here. So I can write it, or I can take a this. As soon as I select this, it is going to come here and I can say change, add the pound option as well. Right. And then it is going to do this. So I wanted to show you this, that if you need any precise level edit so that anything else that you have built is not going away, just use this button. You can go ahead and choose a specific part, and then you should be able to go ahead and change that. Right. You can also take this in order to annotate. This is not working. So these are the options. You can use these tools in order to make specific level edits. Right. In order to publish, guys, you have multiple options. If you click on publish, yes. So what does publishing looks like? I think it is being prepared. Yeah. So some changes are in progress. It is going to do after this time. Right. So what we'll do is, yes, everyone tell me on a scale of 1 to 5, you're finding this helpful before I could go ahead and take a break. Great. Now, guys, quick break of 5 minutes, and then we are going to come back. Get up from your chair, drink some water. We have some more interesting stuff today. Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the session. Tell me, I am back in the chat if you are back. Yes. So, everyone, a request from everyone. I have posted a link, like a LinkedIn link in the chat. Go ahead. If you're enjoying the session, send us your honest feedback in the comments. I'm going to give you a minute before I could go ahead and start the session. Everyone, please go ahead and try to put a comment there. What happens is when you go ahead and comment that, this content reaches a lot more people. We are able to know how we are doing, and then it helps us help more people. So take a minute, go to the link that I have sent in the chat. Go to the link that I have sent in the chat. It will help us help more people. Yes, everyone, please go ahead. I could see there are almost 450 people in the chat, and maybe how much? Yes, so many on YouTube as well. Go ahead, guys. It is your time to pay forward. Cool. So now let's move forward. We have talked about level 0, we have talked about level 1, we have talked about level 2, right? We have talked about level 2, right? Now what we are going to do is, there are now two more important levels, right? I think we have already talked about level 3 as well, right? Now there are two more levels. Right now, the level number 4 is a bit controversial, I would say. Right? Why? Because In level 4, what we do is we create automations or AI automations or AI agents on platforms such as N8N, such as Zapier, such as Relay. Right? Why it is controversial? Because, okay, so first of all, tell me everyone if you have heard about or used these platforms such as N8N, Zapier or Relay. Yes or no in the chat. N8N, Zapier, Relay, if you have heard or used them in the past. Yes. So first let me help you understand these platforms, like how do they work. I'll tell you the basics, and the basics are same across the platform. Whether you are using N8N or Relay or anything, these are the same. Okay. So let me show you. So I can go to this website called as Relay. I can log in on this website. Right? And then I can go ahead and build a product there. So what I can do is I can click on plus. So this is the interface of Relay. Okay. What is Relay? Look at this carefully. Before you start, let me give you the context. So guys, these are the platforms called as the agent or workflow orchestration platforms. Examples are Zapier, make.com, N8N, Relay. Right? And there are other examples as well, right? So this is one category of products. These products, what they do is, let's say if you want to create an automation. The automation is very simple. Look at the example, guys. I'm giving you example 1. From a generic website, what happens is, let's say you are a B2B company. People come to your website. They give you the lead. And then your salesman researches on them. And then they give them the call. Right? So what we can do is, we can automate this flow. So people are going to fill a form on your website. In the form, they are going to mention the name. They are going to mention their company website. And then they are going to mention their need. Right? Now, this information will be given to an AI. And the AI agent is going to do the research on the website. That what do they do? Are they going to like the services or not? How we should go ahead and pitch them. So it is going to go ahead and create a proposal. And then this proposal will be sent through an email to the salesperson. And that salesperson is going to, either the salesperson can call the client directly on the number, or they can use another AI agent to call the client in order to get any information that was not available. Right? This is use case number 1 for sales outreach or inbound sales calls. Right? Everyone, yes or no, if you are able to understand the use case. Someone comes to your website, they fill up the form, you take the information, you give it to AI, it is getting more detailed, you create a proposal, and then the salesperson's work is done better. Right? Now, let me give you some other example. Which is, let's say you as a product manager found that a lot of people are complaining about your products on LinkedIn. Right? So let's say not LinkedIn, let's say Twitter. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are not missing on any of these things. So what you are doing is, from Twitter, someone is going to go ahead, Twitter or x.com. Someone is going to give feedback for your product. You are going to catch that feedback through some hashtag or something, or if your company is mentioned, right? And then you are going to separate it with the help of AI into good or bad or a feature suggestion. A feature suggestion can be good or bad, right? If it's a feature suggestion or bad, you are going to use an AI agent to research on that, to do the research on that. And once this research is done, you should get an email. If it is even more important, you can also get it on Telegram. This is another AI flow. Understand, AI is deciding what is going to happen here. Right? So now you have to think about what are the workflows in your company that you need help with. Now, in order to do these workflows, we have platforms such as N8N, Make, N8N, Relay, Zapier, who can go ahead and do this. Right? Here you will get a visual interface, or you can use your natural language in order to create all of these automations. Right? Everyone tell me yes or no in the chat if you are able to understand the use cases and what is the purpose of these products before I can tell you about the product. Wonderful. Now, look at this. So these kind of tools, this is how they work. So guys, understand, although I'm mentioning N8N on the screen, but the flow that I'm telling you, it is these fundamentals are same across the tools. Okay. So for example, there has to be a goal that has to be defined by you. That what is it that this agent or this workflow is supposed to do? Let's say we are creating a LinkedIn posting agent. Okay. So craft a simple LinkedIn post from one idea. This is a simple goal that we have. Right? You should have the goal in your mind. Second is there has to be a trigger. So for example, in the first use case, when the customer fills up the form, then the workflow is going to get triggered. In the second use case, when the customer is making a tweet, then it is going to get triggered. So you need to have trigger. When does it starts? Right? Then the context, which is in order to take that decision. For example, before the agent can decide and research about the company, they should also know what your company does. Then only they can create the proposal, right? So you have to give all of this information, such as the topic, audience, style, everything out there, right? Third is the model and the logic. What is going to be your exact prompt and what is the model that you are going to go ahead and use, right? And then you are going to connect the tools. I have told you the tools that you are going to take it from Twitter, you are going to push it somewhere else, right? Similarly, you are going to send an email. So these are the tools. Almost all the tools are available across all the platforms. So you don't have to worry about it. You just need to know how to connect, right? And then every of these tools have a element called as human in the loop, which is if you want to add a human in the loop before creating a post or before taking action, you can also go ahead and do the same. So rather than sending your boss that this is what people are talking about Twitter, you can send it to you. And then if you approve it, then it can go ahead and go to your boss, right? So this is a simple flow of any kind of agent, right? So you have a trigger, you collect the input from the trigger, then prompt and context goes to the LLM. The LLM use the tools, you validate it, human approval, and then the final action. Right? This is 101 of any agentic workflow builder that you would have seen or you are going to see in the future. Right? And now understand, In the past, what used to happen was, let me see if I have that. This is how you used to create on N10. So anyone can go to N10 and you can create your model, you can create your workflow, any workflow that I have shown you, right? In this workflow, what is happening? Look at this workflow. This is how a workflow looks like. You are going to go to N10. You are going to click on add workflow or add an agent. You are going to add this node. I'll show you in a moment. You are going to add this node. One email comes. The agent is going to write something from that email. Then it is going to format the output in a particular way. Then it is going to enter into a sheet. This is how we used to create the agents or the workflows. Okay, if I show you N10 right now, just give me a moment. Okay, in the chat, can you guys tell me if any one of you have used N10 in the past? Yes or no? Look at this, everyone. Look at this. Understand it's not a very difficult platform. The basic that I've given you, they are enough. Okay. So in N10, the things that I've shown you right now, these are called as nodes. Every node has a purpose. So before starting N10, before opening or signing up on N10, you should first write it down through a piece of paper or on some whiteboard that this is what I need to build. You should first have mentally in your mind what is a workflow going to be before starting N10, right? You should have that clarity, right? And then here what you can do is, let's say I will remove this. Okay, this is what N10 looks like. You have to go to n10.cloud and then you can get a free account there, right? Here we are going to start something. So look at this interface. This is like a canvas. And these are the nodes. You have two options. Either you can build it manually, the nodes that I have shown you, or you can also ask AI to do all of these things. You can ask AI in order to do all of these things. Okay, so let's try to do it here. Okay, so adding the first step, Gmail. On message received. So what I'm doing is, whenever I get a message on Gmail, do this. Right? I will add maybe which email ID? I'll add, cool. I'll add Ankit, the main email ID there. This is a fresh account, so I'm making all the connections. I'll select all. I'm definitely going to revoke these permissions later. So now my email is connected. So you don't have to do anything manually. You just have to click and then it is going to go ahead and connect this. Right? Test the trigger. So now it has the emails that I am receiving. Right? So you can go ahead and connect multiple tools here. For example, I want to make sure that whenever I'm getting an email, that email should go through an AI. Look at this. We have multiple nodes. I'm running an AI node and I want to categorize that email into urgent, non-urgent, or promotion. Okay, I'll click on OpenAI and then I'm going to click message a model. Right? And here what I can do is so here also I have already added my OpenAPI key, but you can also go ahead and click here and then add your OpenAI API key. Okay, so before I could move ahead, guys, how many of you know how to get your API keys? Tell me yes or no in the chat. Yes. So very simple. You just have to go to, so OpenAI does not give you free keys, but Gemini gives you. So you can go to Gemini, you can write Gemini API key. And then it will take you here. Click on this, and then you can get your keys here, or you can create your API key. Simple. You just have to copy the key and give it to anytime. Right? And here I can write something. For example, I am choosing a model GPT-4. And then this is the prompt. Right? Whatever information I need from here, I can take this information here, and then I can write. So here and also I'll show you one more thing, guys. Okay. I'm sure many of you, like for some of you who have not used N10, this might be going above your head. So I'm going to tell you how to figure that out. Okay. So I'm going to write here, understand this email and help me categorize this into urgent, not urgent, or spam. Right? And in the next phase, I can just go ahead and get this. Right? So now it is there. Some error maybe. Okay. So now you can see that there is some error that is coming. Okay. So guys, understand. Now look at this very, very carefully. This is the most important step, right? Tools like N10, tools like Relay, or any tools that you are using, they have a tendency to evolve. Even if I give you step-by-step tutorial today, tomorrow when you are going to use it, it can go ahead and change, and the tools are becoming more and more, I would say, more and more capable. So what you need to do is you need to learn how to figure out. So what I do in such scenarios is I can just cancel this. I can just take a screenshot. I can just go to Claude or maybe ChatGPT, and I can ask it, help me build an automation to categorize my emails through N8N and OpenAI. Right? I can also click on this and write something else. Help me create an N8N automation to fetch emails from my Gmail and then categorize every incoming email into either urgent, non-urgent, or a spam or a marketing message. Make sure that my token usage is optimized for cost saving. I'm using N8N in order to build this flow. Yes. A quick yes on everyone if you're able to understand this. Understand, it is okay to feel lost because multiple things are happening. You are looking at this tool for the first time. And then in this tool, there are so many things out there. So even if you are a very intelligent person, even if you are a very sharp person, if I put you into the cockpit of an aeroplane, you are going to feel overwhelmed. That's okay. Right? That means you have some benchmark for yourself. Right? Now, the way is that when you are overwhelmed, take a step back, take a screenshot, whatever your problem is, give it to ChatGPT. I can assure you it is going to help you. I am not here to handhold you. I will not tell you that this is how you use the tool, this is how you press the button, this is how you do this. Because today I'm going to tell you, tomorrow they are going to change the interface. Right? So you have to understand how to use AI in order to help in these ways. Yes, and also understand, N8N has hundreds of nodes. I cannot give you tutorial on all the 100 nodes. right? So this is going to do its job, right? So now guys, tell me, if you want to learn any tool, how you are going to learn this? If you want to learn and figure out any tool, how are you going to learn this? Tell me in the chat. Let's see if you are learning something from the session. Yes. So my suggestion is very simple, guys. What happens is, you have to always start with a use case. Try to figure out problems, right? Try to solve the problem. What happens is, when you have figured out a good problem, you are internally motivated to do so. You are internally motivated to pursue that. The issue is not that these tools are difficult or these tools are easy. The issue is that if you lose the motivation, you are not going to go ahead and complete the task. And motivation will come from the purpose. Right? And just joining the sessions and listening to what I'm saying is not the way to learn. I have given you enough, let's say, context. Now you guys can go ahead and start building for yourself. What tools to use, I have already told you guys today, right? So I think that should not be a confusion now. Yes. Right? So many people are lost in what kind of tools that we use. I have already given you that context. Right? Now, guys, after this, I have gone ahead and just we are at the level 5. Now look at this very carefully. If you are able to get to level 5, you can forget everything so far. Level 5 is the magic. You are in complete control. You are editing your own code. You are hosting your own code. You are the full control, full stack developer if you are able to get to level number 5. So what happens in level number 5 is, we use some more sophisticated tools. But that I'm going to reserve for tomorrow, because tomorrow there should be a reason that you should come, right? I cannot cover everything today, right? Now, tools, everything you have got, you have understood the 4 levels. Now, let me go ahead and tell you the approach. Understand, guys, if you are just a user of tools, it will be very difficult for you to sustain in the market, right? Tool users are not going to go very forward. What you are going to do is, you have to understand something called as how to actually go ahead and leverage all of these things, right? So, yes. Can you guys guess who this guy is? Tell me in the chat who this guy is. Yes. So he used to stand for a word, if you guys can remember. Yes. So he stands for power, and today I'm going to tell you the true power of power, right? So look at this carefully, guys. This is a very, very important framework, right? I'm going to stop chat for some time. Now look at this, okay? Whenever I ask anyone that you have to leverage AI in your business, in your work, in your life, you have to become an AI builder, everyone jumps to just one thing. which is the tool. How can I learn N8N? How can I learn AI Studio? How can I do vibe coding? How can I go ahead and learn Claude code and Gemini and Lovable and so many things? Right? That is how you make the mistake. Understand? Every business or every relationship in the world works in exactly the same way. So, no, you take any business of the world, every business of the world works in the same way. The way is you are a company or a business, right? And you have your users. You give some value to the users, and the users reciprocate that value with either money or with attention. If you order something from Zomato, DoorDash, Swiggy, Uber Eats, you give them money, they take their commission, they bring the food at your place. Right? Similarly, if you are in Instagram, using Instagram, they give you value, which is they give you so much entertainment and escape from your life. Right? And in return, you give them attention. And then they sell this attention to the advertisers to make more money. Right? So in this world, if you have to exist in this world, and this could be a fortunate or an unfortunate reality, you have to be useful or valuable to people. You can get anything you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. You can get anything in life if you help enough people get what they want. That is the equation of business and life. Right? So now I am telling you this. Understand, people do not care about your tools. People do not care about your prompts. People do not care about what is it that you know. No one owes you anything in the world. They want to understand how you are able to go ahead and solve the problem for them. That's it. Right? While half of the LinkedIn is talking about that AI is hype and everything, I can see the small shop owners and the real estate brokers, they are using Gemini and all to create high quality posters for themselves. Right? Because they have understood that this technology can actually solve the problem for them. Right? So I am today giving you a framework that will help you understand AI at right places, and not just being a tool user or try to retrofit AI in every place. Right? So this is the framework that will help you understand. The P in this framework, in the power framework, stands for possibilities. What is possible with AI? Most of you have to agree that most of you do not even know what is possible with AI today. Right? Tell me yes or no in the chat if you agree with this statement that you do not know what is even possible with AI these days. Right? You are only using strategies. You are only using the AI strategies to write emails, to build some small apps. You are not thinking beyond the obvious possibilities. So how you should do this? How do you understand possibilities? Can someone tell me how do you understand the possibilities of AI? Yes. Let me give you a structured approach. But before the structured approach, there is step number 0. What is step number 0? Step number 0 is please don't cut corners and don't be lazy. Human beings have evolved so much, but their mistakes have not evolved. Most of us are generally not able to achieve what we have the potential for just because of one thing, which is we do not want to take action. And it has been same across the centuries, right? So this is step number 0. Now, if you want to understand possibilities of AI, let me show you a few things. Okay, look at who is building AI and what are the use cases. So you go to search for Anthropic customer stories. Look for Anthropic customer stories. Right? And you will see that how different kind of companies, top companies in the world are actually using AI for. Right? So the first thing is go to Anthropic, Google AI, Open AI's customer stories. Right? Second is go to this platform called as skills.sh that I have just shown you today. Now in this, you should be able to see what is possible with AI. These skills, if you go ahead and read at least the trending skills, you should be able to understand that what are possibilities with AI. Right? You can create motion graphics, you can go ahead and create skill web search, you can go ahead and create a product launch video, you can do so many things. It will go ahead and open up your mind that these are the things that I can go ahead and do with AI. Right? The third way is there is a website called as A16Z, and you search for A16Z top AI apps. And then you should be able to know that almost every month they publish a list of top 100 AI apps. Now, this list will help you understand what are different products doing with AI. So you should be able to understand the problem that they are solving. So you will reverse engineer from here. I will give you this link. Right? Third is be moderately active on x.com, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Understand, guys, I am not at all recommending you to follow anyone. What you should do is, whenever you find something which is helpful, just click on that like or that share button. Now, what happens is, no matter you follow that person or not, the algorithm understands that what you want. And then when new creators or anyone creates good content on that topic, you will start getting the suggestions. Right? So you need to have a research and content guide. And guys, I could have done all the research. I could have used Fable 4 in order to do all of this for you and given you a complete document. But understand, you do not learn from this. What we learn from is conscious, deliberate practice. If you will create your opportunity list, that is how you are going to learn. Right? And there are 2 steps to do so. A is you first have to spend about 3 to 4 days for source number 1 to 5, 1 to 4 that I have shown. After that, once you are done, your basic is set, then maybe 1 hour every day is enough. Right? What you can also do is, once you are done with this, once you have understood the basic common use cases, what you can also do is, you can go to Claude Code if you have the subscription. You can go to code part and you can click on routines. Look at this. You can click on this button called as routines. So rather than relying on me or any other influencer or content creator in the world to give you the content, you can create your own content guide, which is click on these routines, write what you want to do, click on new routine on the cloud, it is going to run on the cloud, and explain this. Daily or weekly dose of AI use cases. Do a thorough research on x.com, LinkedIn, and multiple user content platforms. Give me a curated set of places of opportunities of how people are using AI in innovative ways. Also tell me, based on my work, how can I use, how can I implement or get inspired from this use case, right? And then I can just click on schedule. It will run every day, and then I can go ahead and create, right? I can also ask it to send me an email. So understand, in Claude, you have something called as customize. You have something called as customize. So you can just go ahead and click on customize option, and then you can add. So I'll click on customize, and I can add connector. Look at this, guys. Look at this thing. You are able to see the screen, right? Click on connector, and then I can add browse connectors. I can add my Gmail. I can add anything. Right? Everyone, a quick yes or no if you're able to understand this. Yes. So you don't have to read about routines right now. Just understand that these are the places from where you are going to understand the possibilities. Right? What is exactly possible with AI? If you are not keeping your mind and eyes open, nothing will happen. Right? So this is step number one, which is possibilities. You have to create your own list of possibilities. Right? Now the second part is opportunities. Opportunity is, understand guys, possibilities is for the world. Possibilities for the world. But opportunity is for you, which is in your business, in your workflow, how you can implement that. So you have to know your business very, very well, right? You should have either domain matter understanding, or you should know your business, or you should have user empathy. You understanding how can I go ahead and where I can go ahead and implement AI now that I know what AI can do, right? So for this, I do a very simple thing because I am a product manager. I used to teach product manager. I teach product management. What I do is I have taken my workflow as a product manager. As a product manager, what do? I look at opportunities, do the product discovery. I do interact with the development and design team. And I also go ahead and do the product distribution, which is connecting to the marketing and the sales. Right? Now I can divide these into multiple works. Right? So in order to create good products, I need to do user research. I need to do market research. I need to do stakeholder alignment, right? So now I can connect the possibility with these opportunities. How can I use AI in order to go ahead and do something? So possibilities is a bigger thing. Opportunities, how it is helpful for you in your particular use case. Right? A quick yes or no if you are able to understand this, guys. Possibilities and opportunities. And opportunities will only come if you are putting your conscious efforts. Don't think AI can help you there. It can help you partially, but you have to do that hard work. So how to find opportunities? Just for 1 week, do a diary study. Write down what are the things that you do in your job, in your work and everything. After 1 week, I can assure you, you will have these opportunities. If you don't want to write, just start a project in Claude or start a project in, what do we call it, GPT. And every day, just speak to it. What have you done in that particular day? After a week, it will give you all the possibilities, all the opportunities. Right? Now, the third part is workflow. Now, in the workflow, we go deeper. Rather than just talking about high-level opportunities of product discovery or user research, what we do is we go deeper. Right? So, how do we do user research? Let's say the opportunity is I can do user research much better with AI because right now I do not get time to talk to a lot of people. Right? And my insights are wrong. So what I can do is I can take the workflow of user research. Can anyone tell me how do you do user research? What is the process of doing user research, everyone? Tell me in the chat. Whatever answer you have, give me, please. Yes. So what we do is we first decide the user segments, primary, secondary, everything. After that, we find the users. Then we design the interview questions. Then we design the survey. Then we interview. Then we collect insights, which is converting the transcripts into insights. Then we create persona or user journey maps. And then eventually what we do is we go ahead and create a product requirement document from this. We go ahead and create the product requirement. So now understand, in all of these places, you can use AI. Right? You can use AI in order to interview people. Not AI is not going to interview, you are going to interview, but you can go ahead and take that summary. A common problem that people face is they go ahead and ask wrong interview questions. Tell me, guys, if your mom asks you, let's say if you ask your mom that, mom, do I look fat? What is your mom going to reply? If you ask your mom that, mom, do I look fat? What is your mom going to reply? Tell me in the chat. Yes. So this is the same thing that happens, guys, right? So you are connected to some of the nicest people in the world, right? And when you give your idea to them, when you talk about your product idea to them, they look very enthusiastic. You look very enthusiastic. So they do not want to let you down. So what happens is they give you the sugar-coated but wrong answers. It is called as false positives. And this can harm you a lot when you are going ahead and trying to start your own business, because bad feedback, like wrong feedback, is not going to help you. Bad feedback is better than wrong feedback. Right? So you frame your questions in such a way that even your mom cannot lie to you. And for that, we have something in designing the interview questions, which we call as the mom's test. You guys can read this book. This is a very simple book. You can read it in an afternoon, which is mom's test. So what you can do is you can build a gem, or you can build like a simple prompt where you will just ask it that whether these questions are aligning with the mom's test or not. So now you have gone deeper in the workflow and you are avoiding a most common mistake because of AI. Right? A quick yes or no, everyone, if you're able to understand this. So mom's test has some principles. You are going to take these principles and then you are going to create a gem, or you are going to create a custom GPT or a skill, and you are going to run it through your interview questions so that you know that you are not making a mistake of asking the wrong or leading question. right? Yes. So this is, and you have to go deeper into the workflows. If you are not the user, if you are doing it for your company, then talk to those users, right? You have to understand the workflow. Without it, it will not happen, right? And then after this, we have the E part, the engineering part. Now, guys, if you are able to observe, we talk about possibilities, we talk about opportunities, we talk about workflow. So far, we have not talked about tools. And the mistake that people do is they put their E at the front. Rather than discussing about the possibilities, the opportunities, the problems, and the workflow, they straight away jump to the engineering part. Right? They straight away jump to the engineering part. Right? So the engineering part, I have already told you. At least, like in reality, I should have told you the engineering part now. But I know that if I'm starting with the power framework, most of you are going to leave the sessions initially only because you are interested in tools. You are interested in this ladder, but this ladder will only come. This ladder will only come as the fourth step. POW is always more important than your tools. Right? If you take one takeaway from today's session, POW is more important than your tools. Right? And now you have understood all the trajectory. Tomorrow I'm going to tell them the fifth level as well. In the end, look at this. Don't look at AI as a set it and forget it thing. You have to understand that if you have implemented this particular solution, is it helping you achieve this opportunity or not? Are the numbers moving or not? Are you getting more efficient? Are you making more money? Are your customers are happier? Is your business making more money? You have to reflect on all of these things. And then you have to again repeat the things. In AI, you cannot be static. Some things that are not possible today, they are going to become possible tomorrow. So always remember to reflect. And for reflecting, don't leave it on your motivation, because your willpower and your motivation is going to let you down always. What you should do is put up a schedule in your calendar. For example, I am an extremely lazy person. So what I do is I go to my calendar in order to make sure that I do not miss out. I make sure that maybe every day in the morning or maybe every day in the morning, I have a slot which I reserve for myself to study something new. You can see it in my calendar. Right? Similarly, I also go ahead and create a slot every day for gym. And at every day at 4:50, I'm going to get a reminder that now you have to go to gym. Right? So if you rely on motivation, nothing will happen. Use this technique of calendar blocking. You reserve time with yourself in the future so that you are at least getting reminded. Right? So for reflection, you need to get yourself reminded that what is happening with the AI tools that I have done. You can do it once a week. That's okay. Right? So this is the power framework, guys. You start with the possibilities, then you find the opportunities in your own use case, your own context. Then you can go ahead and go deeper into the workflow. Then you use the letter that I've told you along with all the tools, and then reflection. Right? In the program that we teach at HelloPM, we give you details of everything. We also let you build multiple tools with all of the tools so that you are feeling confident. Right? Now, before I could end the session, guys, homework for today is, because you have understood anytime today, you can use anytime or any kind of platform in order to build this agent. So I'll write the homework here. Reflect means you looking at whether your workflows and your tools are working correctly or not, and if there are new opportunities to improve. Right? Now, the homework for today is go ahead and build a agent on N10 or Zapier or Make or Relay. All of these are free tools. Go to them and create an agent that does the following. Take a list of ideas from you, finds the best idea or decides the best idea, writes a LinkedIn post, post it on your behalf. This is the agent that you need to create. Okay, and now for the recordings and also this document, you guys need to do something for us, which is, please go ahead and fill this feedback form. Let me also share the QR code for this. This is the QR code guide. Guys, I've also gone ahead and given the link in the chat. So if you are on YouTube or if you have missed that link, go to do this. Okay. Just one more thing. If you want to see the homework, this is homework plus the QR. For the design test, let me see where that is. Just give me a moment. Design. Everyone, please fill the feedback form and write done in the chat. And guys, tomorrow is an extremely important session. Understand, whatever you have done in the last 2-3 days, you'll be able to understand that tomorrow is like the 10x session. Where is the slide? So these are the things that we are going to learn tomorrow, right? How to take everything on GitHub, push to Vershal, how to edit everything, Claude code, cursor, and everything. Tomorrow's session is going to be very interesting. And for tomorrow, just do one thing. Install anti-gravity in your computer if you want to do hands-on. Install anti-gravity in your computer if you want to do hands-on tomorrow. And also install GitHub Desktop. I'll also send it to you over email, these instructions. Everyone, please fill the feedback form, super important. Yes. So in the same document, I have also added the design taste link. My team will add this to the content as well. This link I have also added. If you want to get it directly from the chat. You don't need to subscribe to Claude Code. Understand, first you learn. And if you think that there is some actual opportunity in your life, then you go ahead and do Claude Code. Claude Code is costly, like at least $20, maximum $200. So first, do the possibility, opportunity, and workflow part in your own life before buying the subscription. Yes, cool. Cool. So, yes, guys, we are done with the session. Make sure that tomorrow you do not miss the session. Tomorrow is the most important session out of all of these, right? And if you can, please go ahead and revise whatever we have done in the last two sessions. Even if you're joining the session tomorrow without even revising, that is also okay. You guys are going to learn. But my only recommendation is please start doing deliberate practice. In the program that we offer at HelloPM, we have seen that people who are actually going ahead and doing the assignments, getting the feedback, they are the ones who are able to outshine everyone else. It is not the experience. It is not where you are coming from. Right now, in the world, there is an opportunity that is putting everyone on the same level field. So if you think that you are not coming from that particular background, you're not so intelligent, this is the opportunity for you to go ahead and level everything and move forward, right? These kind of opportunities do not come again and again. So it's my responsibility to tell you that go ahead, go full on, try to understand what are the things that you can change around yourself and at your work with AI. And I'm sure people are going to appreciate that. They are going to help you move forward, right? And if you want to go away with one thing today, which is if you help enough people get what they want, they are going to help you get what they want. This is what I have been doing. If I help you people get what you want in terms of learning, free learning, and whatever I can do for you, I'm sure I'm going to get what I want from you, right? So thank you, everyone. Bye and take care. We are going to see each other tomorrow at the same time. And also do not forget to bring your friends. If you have any friends, you can send them the link of the AI sprint, HelloPM, HelloPM.co/AI-sprint. Get them registered there. At least they'll get access to all the recordings and everything. Yes. Cool. Thank you guys. Bye and take care. I look forward to see you again tomorrow. Thank you guys. Bye and take care.